Hey guys, it's Ron again over at CT RIA. So, hey, obviously I'm in at my house right now. I'm in my home office, and it was funny. I just sent out a payment to a contractor. That kind of the worst thing that can happen to you as a landlord happened to me on Christmas Day. So it's always on a holiday like that, right? So what happened was I had a tenant with no heat, and it wasn't the big deal as it turns out because I put systems in place a few years prior to just for that reason. Now, listen, you don't know, that doesn't always happen, but of course those are the ones you remember, right? You know, there's no heat, Christmas Day in the winter, you know. So what I do in all my units, when the turnover happens, okay, I then put these in. I put in electric baseboards, hardwired in, professionally hardwired in. And if the tenant pays the electricity. Now, if I'm paying electricity, the last thing I'm gonna do is put in electric baseboard heating, right? Because it's expensive. But the reason I put it in, if the tenant's paying the heat, is as backup heat only. So and that's exactly what happened on Christmas Day. I get a text because my tenants know, as per my 23-page lease, that they're not allowed to call me. All communication has to be electronic. So I get a text, Ron, the heat's not working, and all that. So it was okay, boom, turn on the electric baseboards. Guy will be there tomorrow. So could I have called my guy and would I have if I needed to on Christmas Day to get out there? Of course I would have. I don't want to because he would charge me accordingly, as he should, by the way. And that's assuming, guys, you can even get anybody out there. Think about that. It's Christmas Day. Now, my contractor would have went because number one, he's an awesome guy. And number two, I'm probably 95% of his business. I mean, my wife and I own and manage several hundred units. So if anybody's gonna jump, they would have jumped for us. But even then, it's Christmas Day, who knows? You know, so anyway, so it's a redundant system. So I don't have it in all my units because as they turn over, what I do, I started doing this 3 or 4 years ago, I started putting a couple in each unit just as a backup for that exact scenario. Now, it turns out he went the day after Christmas, just a couple days ago, and it was there 5 minutes, no big deal. It was $135, by the way, but it was worth it, you know. These guys are tough to get out the day after Christmas, so I don't want to be cheap. So the thing is that let's say it would have been a big deal. What if he'd have said to me, oh my goodness, this thing's shot or whatever, or it's gonna be a part and the part's 4 days out. It's like, okay, now it's winter time and you got a tenant with no heat, what do you do? And a lot of landlords are like, space heaters and things like that. It's like, well, those can be a little dangerous. So I install electric baseboards. Think about it, they're really cheap. I think you get a 6-foot one, don't quote me on this, one of the big box stores, I think they're $53. You know, now you want to have them professionally installed. You don't want to mess with all that. And Lord knows I don't know how to do anything in that realm anyway. So guys, that's just one little tip that, you know, when you own a lot of units, or if you don't own a lot of units, what you want to do is you want to scale up and you want to prepare for that scale up. It's really important. You know, if you want a 4-family right now, okay, is it a big deal if you have backup heat? Maybe, maybe not. But I'll tell you this, the day will come when you get the call, I don't have any heat. And Christmas Day is about the worst it can be, right? But let's say it's a Friday night. What if it's just some idle Friday night in February it's particularly cold out and you get a call from your tenant, I have no heat at 7 o'clock at night. What do? You wait till Monday? You know, yeah, I mean, you know, you have to do what you have to do, but the reality is for not much money, you get a backup. So I have that in probably I'm gonna say 80 units that I have that redundant system. There's a couple buildings that I pay all the utilities on because it's more cost effective to do that. So anyway, guys, I hope that little tip helps somebody. It's kind of obvious, but why not a backup heat? Not cheap heat. The tenant's not going to want to use it. And it's also written into the lease, by the way, before I wrap this up, that if you have to, I'm paraphrasing, of course, because I'm at home right now. If you have to use the electric heat, if whatever, you agree to pay any additional electric, you know, responsibilities, And in other words, don't write to me about the additional cost. So, but it is a way to help the tenant through a very cold spell. If you can't get something fixed for a few days, it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, rambling on. Hey guys, January 21st, Monday, January 21st is our monthly meeting. And we've already pre-registered, I want to say about 75 people, which is unheard of this far out. So I expect a full house. So go to ctria.com and grab yourself a seat. It's going to be a fun night. We're going to try to mix things up a little bit differently than they've been doing them, while still retaining the same awesomeness that our meetings have always done. I've been a member for 10, 11 years now, and when Joanne and Lou and Linda approached us about this, they wanted to move on to the next stage of their life. It was an exciting opportunity. I'm going to try to give back and try to add value as they have, and they'll still be around, by the way. They're not going anywhere, I hope. So you might see them at the meetings. So this January 21st, Monday night, Cameron Dunlap is flying in, and guys, he flies his own plane. He was the very first speaker that I ever saw when I first joined RIA. And when I first joined RIA, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I owned a 2-family, that's it. I didn't know you could buy these multifamily houses without banks until CT RIA taught me how. So I took that ball and I ran with it. So guys, join me Monday, January 21st. It's going to be a rocking time. It's going to be a full house. And if you're not there, what's up? Why aren't you there? Get over there. CTRIA.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day today.